15 years ago, when Coraline Jones was only 11, she told anyone who would listen that she had slipped into another version of her world. A twisted copy of her apartment complex reached through a little door in her parents' living room wall. She insisted there were people there who looked like her parents but weren't. A mother with buttons for eyes, a father who smiled too widely, neighbors who moved like puppets tugged by invisible strings. Her real parents didn't believe a word of it. They said she had an active imagination, that she was lonely, that she was making up stories again. But the more they dismissed her, the harder Coraline tried to convince them. Her fear turned into panic, her panic into obsession, until even the adults began to whisper that something was wrong with her. By the time she turned 15, after years of trying to explain the impossible, doctors gave her an answer that fit more comfortably than the truth she remembered. Paranoid schizophrenia, hallucinations, delusions, trauma dressed up as fantasy, and for a long time, that diagnosis was easier for everyone, even Coraline, to accept. The Pink Palace was still there, though barely. Once upon a time, it had been a cheerful old apartment, complex with peeling pink paint, as well as a garden filled with flowers, fresh, juicy fruits and vegetables. All the work the Jones family put in is now completely gone and overgrown, with weeds replacing their work. The only good memories Coraline has of that house was of the garden that didn't last too long. And then 15 years had passed. The house hadn't aged gracefully. It had rotted, vines choked the porch. Graffiti spread over the siding in all colors. The windows were filmed over with dust, some cracked like spider webs. The yard was a tangle of brambles, tall enough to hide the porch steps, tall enough to cover old memories. The Pink Palace stood like an empty memory trying to pretend it still belonged in this world. But Coraline Jones didn't live there anymore. She lived in a one-bedroom apartment on the quiet edge of the same town, just close enough to see the Pink Palace from certain streets, but far enough away that she could pretend she didn't recognize it. Most days she managed that. Coraline was 26 now. She worked in a cramped, dim antique shop that always smelled like dust and old books. Her life wasn't glamorous, but it was steady, predictable and safe. A safe place to work while she waited out the virus known to the town as corpse consumer. Well, at least that's what people called it. It's actually called internal necrotic consumption virus. The virus began as nothing, a weak little flu with a scratch in the throat. Maybe a couple days of dizziness on and off. People joked about it, calling it the willow cough, because it bent people over like thin trees in the wind, but never broke them. The government promised a fix. It was a rush-made vaccine meant to end the spread. And people trusted it. Kids were tired of not going to school because of this. And many companies lost a lot of money. Many people started going to their stores again as they promoted the vaccine. Matter of fact, many of them allowing people to come in and get one for free per person. People lined up for it, with their sleeves already rolled up. No one knew the storage warehouse containing the vaccines had been abandoned for years before they converted it. No one knew the vaccine vials sat on rusted metal shelving, rusting from the inside, collecting tiny flecks that fell like metallic snow into the solution. No one knew rats nested in the vents, dropping hair and filth through cracks. No one knew mold grew behind the paneling, its spores settling invisibly onto every tray. When scientists mixed the willow cough sample with the contaminated solution, the virus didn't die. It fed. It ate the mold. It ate the metal dust. It ate the rot. And it changed. The mutation learned to eat anything soft and living, starting from the inside where no one could see, where no one could stop it. It spread like fingerprints, a dirty coin passing hands, a shared fork at lunch, a hug, a cough, a child holding someone's hand. These are all real examples that have happened to other victims. And once on you, it digs its way in, it slips into the organs. It doesn't kill fast. It hollows you, like carving a pumpkin from the inside. The first case that shocked everyone was the dunes.